Have you ever imagined how would someone react when they heard that they are going to have a life sentence? Yes, today's video is about a few females that got freaked out by hearing their life sentences. The situation was humming with tension all over the courtroom. The gallery was filled with curious onlookers and media representatives eager to witness the conclusion of this high-profile case. Well, Diana Joy, a mastermind behind a series of horrific crimes, had finally been caught. As the judge pronounced the sentence, the gravity of the moment seemed to weigh heavily upon Diana Joy. "I hereby sentence you to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole," declared the judge in a stern voice. Those words reverberated through the room, causing a collective gasp from the spectators. The conviction had hit Diana Joy like a tidal wave, crashing over her, her face contorted with a mix of shock, anger, and disbelief. This woman, who had orchestrated countless schemes, now found herself on the receiving end of the justice system. Furthermore, her eyes widened, her mouth agape, and her body trembled involuntarily. The reality of spending the rest of her days confined behind bars had finally sunk in, and it was as if all the strength drained from her. The once powerful and feared figure now appeared vulnerable and broken. Number 2. Alexandra Thomas. Alexandra Thomas, a criminal, stood before the judge awaiting her sentencing. The weight of the moment was intended. The dimly lit room seemed to hold its breath as the judge delivered the verdict. Alexandra had been arrested for the crime that had shaken the community to its core. She was accused of brutally murdering her ex-husband, Daniel Thomas, in a fit of rage after a bitter divorce. The evidence was strong, leaving little doubt about her guilt. As the judge pronounced the sentence, the words echoed in Alexandra's ears. Life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. Her body went numb, and a wave of disbelief washed over her. She couldn't comprehend the magnitude of the punishment she had just received. The life she once knew had come crashing down, and a future behind bars loomed before her. Furthermore, she let out a piercing scream, her voice reverberating through the courtroom. Tears streamed down her face as she collapsed to her knees, unable to bear the weight of her new reality. Her sobs echoed in the silent courtroom, a stark contrast to the stoic faces of the onlookers. Number 3. Michelle Blair. You all will be shocked to know about this case. The courtroom atmosphere was tense, and the gravity of the situation seemed to weigh heavily on everyone present. Accused of crimes that had shocked the community, including murder and conspiracy, the prosecution had presented a compelling case against her. The evidence was leaving little room for doubt about her involvement. As the final verdict was announced, a wave of disbelief washed over Blair. The weight of her actions and the realization that her life would now be spent behind bars seemed to crash upon her all at once. Her face contorted with anguish, and she let out an anguished cry, collapsing into tears. The courtroom was quickly turned into a dark silence as security personnel rushed to Blair's side, attempting to provide comfort and support in the face of her visible distress. The scene was a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of her actions and the profound impact they had on her own life. Number 4. Kayla Norton. In 2017, Kayla Norton, a young woman from Douglasville, Georgia, found herself at the center of a highly publicized racial incident that sent shockwaves throughout the nation. As the judge delivered the life sentence, the weight of the consequences seemed to crash down on Norton. She appeared visibly shaken, her face contorted with a mix of shock, fear, and disbelief. The reality of her actions and the severity of her punishment sank in, leaving her in a state of profound distress. Instead, she seemed to crumble under the weight of her guilt and the realization that her life would be forever altered. The scene was a sobering reminder of the power and impact of justice. Norton's drastic reaction, marked by her fear and anguish, turned into pain and trauma. Number 5. Elizabeth Escalona. The most traumatizing case is this one. Here we got to know that Elizabeth Escalona found herself with emotion and panic as she was handed a life sentence for the horrific abuse of her 2-year-old daughter. Yes, you have heard it right. The courtroom was filled with tension and disbelief as the judge delivered the verdict, leaving Escalona visibly shaken and unable to control her emotions. The prosecution argued that Escalona's actions were fueled by anger and frustration, indicating a severe lack of parental control. Furthermore, Escalona is facing the consequences she now faces. Life behind bars would mean a complete loss of freedom, separation from her family, and the lifelong burden of remorse. Number 6. Erica May Butt. The courtroom scene must have been filled with tension and disbelief as the verdict was delivered. Erica's world was turned upside down in an instant. She may have experienced a wave of emotions, fear, despair, anger, and a profound sense of loss. The life she once knew was now forever altered. Every aspect of Erica's life would be drastically affected by the life sentence. Relationships, dreams, and aspirations would be put on indefinite hold. The magnitude of the situation would undoubtedly leave her questioning her choices and regretting her actions. As Erica processed the reality of her situation, the weight of her sentence became permanent. Thoughts of never again experiencing freedom, the separation from loved ones, and now she is spending her days confined in a prison cell. The future became a bleak and uncertain landscape, clouded with the despair of a life stolen away. By narrating, we have come to the very last segment of our video. Don't forget to like our video and be a subscriber. Stay tuned.